everybody. I'm Maria Zvetina-Clutts. I'm with the Women's Council of Realtors, the Solano chapter. We are super excited to have Heather Ozur be an instructor for us for a PMN class, the Performance Management Network, and it's a designation with WCR. She is the 2019 National President of the Women's Council. We have a full group that are looking forward to hearing from Heather about leadership excellence. And so it's on September 16th from 9 to 2. So, Heather, you told me that this was your favorite class. And I just wanted to ask you why.
Really, it's a great course. It really goes over different leadership objectives. It really dives into great characteristics of leaders, truly understanding what are ineffective characteristics of leaders, how to examine your own personal leadership qualities. And at the end, true leadership is about being able to influence others, to get involved, step up, and be the best leader they can be. So it really dives into each of those different points so people can really enhance and embrace the leader that's with them.
So how did you find out that you were or could be a good leader?
I think it's over the years. I think it was really people tapping on the shoulder. I had the desire. I wasn't afraid to put my hand up and say I was interested in being a part. My first involvement with Women's Council at my local network was saying, hey, if I could help out, let me know. And that turned into, being at the time, getting involved at the vice president membership and the secretary level and items like that. And then got into leadership. It led to many other different things, being local president of my association, president of the local network, and moved my way up in leadership. And it was constantly along the way being tapped on the shoulder and being asked to be part of something or lead or just be parts of different organizations. So really and truly other people encouraging and mentoring as well as embracing the leader with him.
Mm-hmm. I love that about Women's Council of Realtors, that you get those opportunities and they really kind of guide you through slowly, little by little, or you can grab it if you want.
Right. No, and really we do foster the attitude of the task is to ask, and that's really important. You need to not be afraid to ask people to step up and get involved and mentor them. And you yourself as a person who's involved, you need to also embrace the opportunities that are there and ask to lead as well.
Very good. Yay. And so when you led the Women's Council of Realtors, and you lead other things too, you're just amazing. What inspires you the most, like about those experiences? What drives you?
The engagement of others, really seeing people's passion and their fire being ignited. I have always believed in empowerment, engagement. It's really important. You need to empower others to see the leader within them. You need to engage others. That goes back to the task is to ask. That is really engaging various stakeholder providers to give their opinion on how something should move forward. From strategic planning to governmental organization of an organization, it's really reaching out to different people and engaging them, empowering them, and just moving them forward as they are as leaders in an organization. So I've been thankful and blessed along the journey to be able to help others along their path. It's not just necessarily my path. I've enjoyed the path that I've been on. However, it's really about seeing others develop as leaders and moving them forward, seeing them getting passionate about organization or real estate, seeing them passionate about stepping up and getting involved, seeing them passionate about getting their skills from Women's Council Realtors and eventually translating those over to their local association of Realtors or the state association. Women's Council's mission statement is about getting involved in your local community, getting involved at your association. It's about getting involved at your PTO, if that's what your thing is. Whatever it is, it's being a leader in your business, in your community, and in the real estate industry.
Mm-hmm. I love that about inspiring others. You said that earlier, that was something that engaged you, and bringing out their own leadership and inspiring them. I love that. Thank you. And as a woman in this industry, I know it's been a long road, and now we're really kind of equitable with men as far as what we make, and the numbers that are out there, but leadership is still one of those things that we struggle with sometimes. And so can you tell me how you think what a woman should do to be more successful in this business?
I don't think it's really what one woman can do. I really think you have to not be afraid to put your hand up. There's statistics out there that talk about a man will apply for a job that he's maybe only 30% qualified for, and a woman will wait until she feels she's 90 to 100% qualified for that job.
Totally.
So we have to have confidence in ourselves to move forward and do that. And really, as a woman, I have a personal board of directors, these people that I talk to and consult with regarding decisions I want to move forward with, and I get their feedback. And so don't be afraid to say yes. Women sometimes hold back and don't say yes because they feel they're not qualified enough, and you have to say yes. And as anybody, you figure it out along the way. You ask for help, you lean on others. We are not 100% expert in any one area. However, say yes and do it as a village. Get people to help you, consult with other people. Don't be afraid of that yes.
What do you think are the most important skills that make a great leader? What do you think are the
I think when you're involved in servant leadership, it's about listening and communication. I think those are two big ones. It is putting other people first. I think those are key qualities. I think it's looking at the organization as a whole. Sometimes decisions you work on as a leader aren't necessarily going to personally benefit you. And in some ways, they may take you down a different path that you weren't expecting. However, they were the best decisions for the organization. And so as a servant leader, you have to look at the bigger picture, and you have to look at those key aspects along the journey.
Going for our PMN specifically, can you give us some tidbits of what we're going to look forward to in this course with you?
Well, it talks about, this course delves into situational leadership, goes over the DISC personality styles, the different type of personality styles. It really goes into the many different aspects and characteristics of being a quality leader. And it gives you an idea of where you sit in the leadership style. And so those are the things that allow you to enhance your leadership excellence, to be able to move that forward. So it's a great course to enhance those pieces of you as a leader. There may be things you're questioning as a leader, and this course will take the time to delve into very different aspects that allow you to feel confident as a leader.
Cool. So like for personal, everybody's different, and their leadership styles are going to be across the board, and we get a good understanding of what each one can bring.
Well, I'll use the DISC personality as an example. I'm a high D, a super, super high D. The rest sort of bounce along the bottom. My C peaks up to get other people to pace with my D. So what that means is I'm a very dominant leader. I'm a very, I think quick, I think really fast. I'm very decisive. I'm very clear on decisions that I make. I'm a strategic thinker. So those are aspects, but as for this big, huge, bubbly personality, you put me in a social situation and I'm a lot more shy in those situations. So we all are different ways as a leader. When I was on the leadership team at the national level of Women's Council Realtors, I was surrounded by many personalities that were that high I, that, that influencer, that person who would walk into the room and they've walked into the room. There's nothing wrong with either of those type of styles. They're just different leadership styles, and people will resonate differently with each of them. I was a go-getter, get it done, push through the hard knocks type of leader. I pushed and made major changes that were hard to make because I looked at it as the betterment of the whole of the organization. And I had to be able to be the type of leader to bring everybody along that decision process that we were on. So there's no right or wrong style. It's the style that works best for you and how you can influence others to make the best decisions for the organization.
Very good. Yeah, I remember hearing you speak at the state meetings in San Francisco, and that's the first time that I went to a state meeting. That was the first time I heard you. You were the president at that time, and I just really I really appreciated that directness and that kind of like you cut through a lot of stuff. And I just, I realized that Women's Council wasn't just our own local group of people doing what we were doing, but just a much huger scale than I even believed.
Yeah, well, there's 3 different levels, just like the association realtor world. There's the local, there's the state, and the national, and you got to experience on a national level being at the meetings in San Francisco in November of last year. It was you're seeing people from across California, which is where you're from, but at the same token, you're getting to embrace and meet others from across the nation and hear about different real estate ideas and different practices and how they do business, as well as different ideas of how they're doing things in their local network that makes them successful, which are ideas you can translate and bring back to your local network. And that's a key piece in leadership, is the networking and collaborating and bringing ideas. And it's so important, that piece of collaboration with others.
Is this course going to change our lives?
Well, I think it's free. Everybody experiences different things. I've always said, if you get one good major chunk of a takeaway in this course, then it's done its job, and we've given you something that you can use, whether again it's in your business, whether you take it back for stuff you do with your community or your family or within Women's Council. That's the point of this. Leadership is transitions in all different areas of your life. And it's not just for Women's Council or just for your business. You are a leader in your own household. So how does that transition? What ideas do you get in regards to this so that you can take it somewhere else? So yes, I think any course you take that you are truly trying to develop your skills will change your life.
Any other last thoughts before we leave off?
No, I'm excited to see everybody. It's a whole different way of teaching, doing it via Zoom, but we've done it before, and people typically have a great time, and it's engaging because we take time to have conversations and do little work groups and breakout sessions so that you get to know other people in the class if you don't know them. So I know people will enjoy the opportunity.
Thank you so much. We are just so looking forward to having you. It's September 16th. A virtual Zoom class. You can sign up on Eventbrite. You can look it up, WCR Solano, to find us easy. And thank you, Heather Ozur, the one and only. We are just so excited.
Very excited to be with you all. So thank you for having me.